I'll be watching it from Crunchyroll's website, and I'll be starting my reaction in 3, 2, 1, and go. Oh yeah, pumped up. Oh this. Yo, the visuals look gorgeous, especially the way flames are rendered. And then the expressions on her face too. Like the look of shock. It looks magnificent. Oh yeah, Bull looks ready to throw it down. Jeez, it makes me wonder how much budget Madhouse and Mappa had. It feels like they have near infinite budget with how gorgeous everything looks. And the most impressive part is she's moving through all these detailed backgrounds, and there isn't a single speed line used. I'm so accustomed to seeing so many anime this season having to like do cost cutting measures like speed lines whenever it's mapped or moving. And this is like, fuck it. Not only does it drop backgrounds. I kind of like this. It's even emphasizing the fact that not only does Kase have to worry about her well-being, but Taketo has to worry about his well-being too during the fights. It gives the fights a lot more dynamicness. Well, more than it already had to be in. Whoa! Looks like a little mini nuka. Aww. But hey, at least Cosette's alive, though. Or no. My guess is they're going to be saved by. Yeah, they're going to be saved. Probably by a deal with their own abilities, too. Mm-hmm. Had a feeling. That's some damn good English. Interesting though how at least this guy seems to have all of his body parts intact. So it kind of makes me wonder why Taketo had to use his arm when it came to. Because unless it had to be something that he had to sacrifice in order to revive her. I mean, that's my guess. But then again, maybe it's because since he's just barely utilizing his abilities, maybe he has to give up an arm, and maybe as it becomes more proficient, maybe he'll be able to eventually be able to utilize Cosette without having to give up an arm during combat sequences. I mean, those are all my theories, and they could all be absolutely and utterly wrong. Out of the way, though, can't wait to keep watching the series to find out those answers, though. I just wonder if there's any like hidden symbolism in the opening, though. Now, so far, there doesn't seem to be any underlying symbolism because I'm just wondering if there's any like maybe hints at potential strengths the characters could gain or any death lags, but no, it doesn't seem to be the case. I was at the bit where they're about to touch each other's hands. That's actually really damn sweet and gives the opening a nice emotional punch. Okay, now it's back. I'm assuming that Cosette's personalities are likely going to be different, though. Because we see him arguing with her, and we see their interactions have a little bit less present. Yeah, a little bit less present trees in episode 1. Oh, who knows? Maybe it's a dream. Yeah, it has to be because with all that flashing white. Journey. So going by the title of the episode, I'd imagine that this is probably going to be maybe the end of showing their past, and we're probably going to get to see them go beyond the point of episode 1 chronologically in episode 4. By the way, this series is really handling non-chronological storytelling well, because this is how you do it, not the bullshit that Peach Boy Riverside was doing the last season. Ugh. Less said about that series, the better. Yeah, like I said, it's a different person. She's cold. Oh. You know, that does explain a lot. My guess is, since this is Destiny he's talking to, I mean, he might as well. Can't be resting for too long, because too much rest can also be pretty bad too. Shit, looking at that's kind of making me hungry. You know, that's not bad, actually, considering his injuries. It actually shows you how lively he is, because it would take some people probably a week or longer to recover from that type of injury. So I'd say Tagato's pretty. He's got a lot of vitality, all things considered. Yeah, I already love this name. Like, I already love this character design. Oh, whoa. Oh, he's looking adorable. I would have loved to have seen Lenny and his partner dish out a little bit more, but you know what? I don't mind too much. Just to get more grasp of their abilities. I wonder if he's going to receive any training from Lenny. Because I wouldn't mind seeing training sequences. I guess it's probably going to be more to it than just that, though. Because usually there's more to it than just that in these type of series. I actually love that little explanation. It explains why conductors and music arts have to combat the detail and why they can't really use anything else. And I love how they present this information through natural dialogue. And this is what I think is really smart about this series. Since episodes 2 and 3 have a lot more exposition than episode 1, it was actually smart of the directing stuff to start out with episode, even though it wasn't in chronological order, because that works as the hook, so that, at least to me personally, I'm more intrigued in the explanations now that I have that I was hooked from the first episode. So that's why I got to really compliment the storytelling style. Because again, this series is further showing through small dialogue bits like this why its method of storytelling really works. Okay. Okay, that makes us an even bigger badass. The thing is that probably is at the cost of Cosette's original personality, though. That was the old cassette. This one, yeah, this one's different. And Destiny looks like she's all gung ho about that combative lifestyle, unfortunately. Or I should say, fortunately, though. Aww. What the? So, in a way, yeah, in a way, it's pretty much the death of the original person in reincarnation, in a way. Yeah, I mean, as sad as it is to hear, Anna has to hear this. Aww. Oh boy. Maybe it's that. It probably is, or the accent's why in the first episode she was. Oh, the accent's why she was so desperately trying to eat before heading into combat. Then that puts all these stuff in episode one into perspective masterfully, actually. I've actually been curious in seeing more of Anna's family. Oh man. Yeah, Vegas. I have good and bad memories of Las Vegas. At least me personally. For now, but I'm assuming that's gonna change eventually though, because knowing Takato's luck, it's gonna change for the worst. Oh, Lenny's such a sweetheart. I mean, that's better than nothing. A shame that there doesn't seem to be a way of restoring Cassette's original personality, though. And I like this too, because at the very least here, we get to see why not just Cassette, but Tagato are so gung ho. At the very least, when it comes to taking on a D2 any opposition that they run up against, too. And this episode also has a nice bit of plot progression, too, because at least now we know why they're specifically going to New York. So, all in all, the way this episode's been presenting information has been pretty dang natural. Oh, that's sweet. And you know what? Nothing wrong with holding on to that hope. And who knows? Maybe because she did become a music art because she wants. Maybe there's. And you know, I wouldn't put it past Cosette because she really did care about. Oh, what the fuck? Yo, it's gonna be a scary thought. Like, That anytime that she's in battle mode, he just instantly loses his arm. But you know what? The positives do outweigh the negatives, though, because at the very least, as a conductor, is going to have a chance of fending for himself. He's got Destiny with him anyway. That's quite the description of Destiny there, but it ain't exactly inaccurate, though. Only because, yeah, she did leave without even telling Tyler and any of the others anything at all. Hell, she'd even say anything to Takuto. And he's the conductor. But I do like this, though, because at the very least, we see how completely uneven Destiny and Takuto's relationship is. So it's only going to make it more wondrous to see when they really hit it off. Well, at least the way they hit off in episode 1, just seeing how uneven things were for the both of them from the get-go. Oh, man. The thing is, though, if he doesn't show up. Mm-hmm. Mm. And I just like how she says it with a zero sympathy or empathy coming from her voice, too. Ooh! Oh! Fuck. I like her confidence. And alright, at least they're finally showing off more times. Oh, I actually want to see her throw down more. But hey, you know what? That's actually a good enough taste. Maybe because he's getting used to he's not getting used to, but he's trying to adapt to being a conductor. Because in episode 1, he wasn't in that awful condition. Oh. The thing is, though, Destiny herself, there's a chance she didn't know that. Or maybe she's just so dead set against taking on D2 that she didn't think of the consequences. I mean, I wouldn't put it past Destiny. And I just love how good you can tell a lot of Tina's personality here in this fight scene because she could literally just go from a semi-long distance, but I've always loved how she like gets close up to like annihilate her opposition. It looks fucking badass. And I like the contrast here with Titan and Destiny. Titan, she's a full-on vet, so she aims her shots and lands them perfectly. While with Destiny, it was going for her gun. She should have an easier time aiming because it's a lot longer range capability. Okay, that's pretty damn creative. Damn! Utilizing the gun to actually increase her speed was absolutely amazing. Yo, and the look on his face. I love that, though. It just shows you the painful heaviness that she has to deal with. Aww. You know, as much as the house might have had sentimental value for all of them, it's not like she had a choice. But hey, their safety matters more. Damn, he actually took a lot better than I was expecting. That's a scary thought, just with the implication that the V2 might be manipulated by Slim Beyond behind the scenes. And actually, that's a lot more narrative weight to the series. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, man. Who wouldn't like that infectious energy? And hey, he's going to have to get used to that last time. Mm. Oh, hey, at least that's something. Who knows? Maybe if she starts listening to Takoto playing a lot of music, maybe she'll gain back her memories when she was still Cosette. Shouldn't be out of the realm of possibility. I like how she calls it sweet confection, but she doesn't call it by the actual name of what she ate. Just showing you how formal Destiny is. That's so damn adorable. And I love it. Now, as for the episode itself, it was damn good. Normally, with episodes like this, I'd give them like an 7 or 6 out of 10, which for me is above average. But I'm going to give this one an 8.5 out of 10, and let me explain why. For one, it just makes all the circumstances regarding Cosell a lot sadder. Now getting full on confirmation that yes, at least every bit of her personality that made her Cosette is completely gone, and now it's just a Destiny. And it makes it sad because now it's like we can really just feel the loss and impact just looking at the faces of both Anna and Takuto. And that's what I love because it gives at least the series not just grit, but emotional weight too. And by association, it makes me dislike the D2 more than I already did. So good job on the writers. Not that I needed more reasons to root against the D2, but they gave me more reasons to do that. So fantastic job there. And also the way they introduced exposition was just magnificent because during all this episode, considering the fact that at least at this point in time, Taketo isn't an experienced conductor, it would make sense that he would ask Lenny all the, or at least a good amount of details regarding how things work when it comes to the D2 and things of that nature. So all the exposition dumps that they had in this episode felt natural and they didn't feel out of place. And that's what I love too, because considering the fact that the series had its big hook in episode 1, this allows, or at least for this episode, to take its time with exposition without needing to worry about introducing massive amounts of action. Not to say that this episode didn't have massive amounts of action. It had action, but it allowed itself to take a much more slow and smooth approach. And that's what I really, really dug about this episode. from a narrative standpoint. And it had nice bits of humor here and there to its credit, on top of some emotional moments, like when you see Anna's saddened face when she was just called a civilian by Destiny. That was actually sad. And that's where I also got to give credit to the animators too, because that little bit of animation said more than words or anything else. And that's why I got to give credit not just to the scriptwriters of the episode, but to the animators. And that wasn't the only bit that was absolutely amazing about this episode, too. I like the character development for Taketo. Actually seeing him with like fear in his face, wanted Lita to be like slaughtered after what they did to Cassette was absolutely amazing. It gave the series a lot of kinetic energy, and it also gave Taketo more characterization, seeing him react to this really tense situation. It was really nice, actually, seeing what happens when he deals with anger. So that's something I also got to give the episode a lot of credit for. Also, really dug what they did with Anna, to just seeing her trying to adapt to this terrible situation was actually really sad. And I even love the characterization for Destiny too, how she's just all matter of fact, completely formal. It was actually really nice. And now she doesn't take consideration for like the smaller details, like how when she goes into combat, she doesn't take in consideration the type of pain that Taketo would be going through. That's what really made the episode absolutely amazing. And that's why I gotta give credit to credit's due. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, but I love Lenny. I love his extroverted nature, his charisma, how he's willing to teach Taketo a few things. That was nice. He makes for a nice, wise, mentor character. And I like Titan too. I love her nice, cool, badass attitude. So from a character standpoint, I had zero complaints. If anything, it was one of the strongest suits about the episode. But the animation, oh my, it was gorgeous. And let me explain why. For one, whenever you had our girl Destiny move in super fast speeds, you saw buildings in the background move. You didn't see a single use of speed lines. Whenever you saw D2 hit the ground, you saw little boulders or rocks move. Like, it looks so dang detailed. And then the environmental damage too, like when you got the bird's eye view after Destiny pretty much nukes Taketo's home, was really damn beautiful. I was like, bro. Because it shows the impact of Destiny's power in that long watch bird's eye view. So that's another cool thing where the animators do a great job of not just portraying the speed at which Taketo and Destiny move, but also the power too. And that's what really made the episode lively, if you ask me. Aside from other bits, I also love the little details in the animation too. Like when it comes to Destiny, she just recklessly throws attacks, doesn't aim in precisely, while Titan, even though she doesn't have a weapon that's proficient at long range combat, I love how she like artfully just aims precisely at where the D2 are, where they're about to move, just showing you the contrast between Destiny, who isn't a vet, towards Titan, who is a full-on vet when it comes to dealing with D2. I love those little details in the animation too. And I love the fact that Destiny isn't a master of taking other creatures on from the get-go, and how she's at least struggling here and there. I like that. It's realistic. Because in so many animes, when you have characters sometimes gain power-ups, they sometimes utilize them in the first few episodes as if they've been masters at their craft for multiple years. I like how that is in this case with Destiny. And now it's going to take her a while to become a completely proficient fighter. So that's why I love the animation quality, because it didn't just look beautiful. It was detailed, and you can tell the animators even paid attention to like the most smallest details. And I even love how there seems to be consequences with Taketo utilizing his powers, like when there's rashes on his face. it further gives the fight scenes that extra bit of grit and weight. As for other bits, thought the artwork was beautiful. There wasn't a single bit where I thought it was off model. The voice acting was absolutely phenomenal. Thought especially from Anna's voice actress. I thought she did fantastic. Music was a damn good. And that's what I thought the episode was a great tier 8.5 out of 10 caliber episode. But anyways, y'all, these are my thoughts on the episode. I would really love to hear your thoughts on how you feel about my reaction or the episode itself in the comment section below. Hope y'all rate the video, share it, comment, or subscribe. And I will see y'all later if you come back for more. I recommend y'all subscribe if you do not want to miss my reaction to episode 4. But as y'all, thank you very much for watching my video, and have a fantastic day, everyone. Bye-bye.